Welcome back. This is Kenyatta, Kenta for short. I am here in Westend, Negril on the last day of this 4-week stay, and I'm here in front of the Airbnb I've been staying at for the past 4 weeks, and I have asked the host if I could interview her, and she's really shy, so she has declined. And I asked if an audio recording could work for her, and she says she will try it. So I'll be interviewing her. For the past 4 weeks, I have had the opportunity to get to know her goats and see a bit of how she cares for them. And I thought it would be interesting to be able to learn firsthand her experience of caring for goats. She has these goats now for a few years, since 2019, and she learned some tricks and tips over the years, and yeah, I thought it would be interesting to be able to share that in case I or you eventually will get goats. For some reason, I am just drawn to the goats. Okay, so yeah, here goes the interview with Lioni.
Good afternoon. My name is Leon Simpson. Me and my son started raising goat from 2019, January and February we got them. And in July of 2019, they thieved about 5 goats, including men and women. Some of them died, and some of them we are just start breeding up back the crop. And have to give them water in the morning and clean up the pen every morning. You take them back in the evening hours. You have to make sure they always have water. Some of them, if they don't drink water, they will dehydrated. So we always have to make sure that we give them water. But they are hard to deal with. They are not easy to deal with because sometimes they are not up. Sometimes I have to cuss. Sometimes not him cuss too. But me worse than him. Sometimes I burn out. Sometimes I sweat up like somebody I beat me. But next time I have to just calm down and say, I go to him and I have to just raise them like a baby.
Yeah.
But me enjoy doing this stuff so far. Yeah, man. But the 2 best one is Betty and Warrior.
So how did you get to name them Betty and Warrior?
Well, Betty now, her mother have 3 kids. 2 ram and 1 she. So she is the only she. But her mother didn't feed her because the milk was too, it couldn't share for the 3 of them. So me and my son make up and buy a nipple. Before that, the first goat have 3 kids first. The big mother goat have 3 kids first. And 1 died because she didn't get any milk. So that is why we have to make sure that we have a bottle this time. That means that when she have 3 kids, we can have a bottle for the one that doesn't get any breast. So, but I enjoy taking care of them, man. Enjoy taking care of them.
And why did you call her Betty?
Oh, because
not all the goats have names, right? But there's only some special goats seem to have some name. Right. So why Betty?
Well, I said I have to give this goat a name because her mother didn't give her any milk. So I said to myself, I just give her the name Betty, man, to stick to her. Whenever I call her Betty, she answers. But because she turned bigger man now, when I call her, she doesn't even respond. She doesn't even look at me sometimes. But Warrior now, when I say Warrior, she look up and she understand me. So Warrior is the best one now.
So are Betty and Warrior siblings, brother and sister?
No, they are nothing.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And why did you give that goat name Warrior?
Warrior. She has a brother, and the 2 of them always fight. She always want to fight the ram kid. So I said, I give her name Warrior, yeah, man. God, I know you love fight, so. Yeah, man, so that's why the name sticks to she. But Warrior mother died, so that's why we have to pay more attention to she because her mother died. Yeah, man.
Okay. And I noticed both Betty and Warrior, they have this comfort with human being. They feel comfortable, they'll come to you and even kiss your hand and there's something there. So do you think it's because your bottle feed them?
Yes, man. Them get more attention than the rest of them, man. If sometimes I'm carrying Warrior at night time, she touch my foot, that means I must rub her down before I come out of the pen in the night. Always make sure I rub down all of them, but Warrior and Betty always get the most attention.
Okay. Yeah, I had the experience with you a couple weeks ago when you were preparing the breast of a for the newborn kid to get feeding. So how often you have to do something like that?
Every time the goat have feed, I have to do that. Have to make sure I squeeze out the milk out of it. Because if I don't do that, she's not going to get any milk from the mother.
So, are you going to come and milk the goat?
You can just squeeze out the nipple that you can suck.
All right then. But you know that old, eh?
You just have it last time. Oh shit. On the front camera.
He love camera, though.
Yeah, me answer.
He love camera.
Me answer.
You tell him? Thank you, Spooky. You want to look at me and say, what?
Me answer.
Come, give me a little kiss. No. Oh, there you go. Come on. There you go. Thank you.
Sir. Brother had to put on some water, hot water, put on some water and let it boil, and then you sap the breast with it. So maybe that's why the 2 days apart, the 2 days that she didn't get the breast, that's why the milk come down now.
Okay, and that was actually quite interesting to watch that kid go for 2 days without eating, and she was like, quite wobbly on her feet. So, how was it for you watching this kid, not being able to feed? Was it a little bit worrisome or?
Yes, man, we have to worry about God. Right now, mostly she we have. So this one is a ram. So I'm glad for that because about 7 she go to have that born between March and May. So we're glad for the little ram, so we can't afford to make him die. So that's why we have to take care of it. We have to take care of them like a baby, So I know some me love children, so we have to just take care of the goats like a baby. Yeah, man.
Yes, it's like such a pleasure to watch you, each day going out to care for the goat. And sometimes when they get tied up and start wailing for help, can you recognize that wail when they tie up?
Yeah, man. Sometimes they cry loud and I can hear. Because I always tie them near that we can. If they're not up, they will bawl. Some of them will bawl. Some not born to cry.
Okay.
But when they cry, so you have to go and look at them.
Which brings me to the next thing. There's some sacrifice involved when you have goats. So, for example, this morning we were talking about church. You said, you have to always be here to care for the goats. You can't just take off and go to church and leave them.
That if we go to church and leave them, man, nobody's not going to be. Nobody's here to take care of them. So I will always have to take care of them. But I'm holding for them about 19 of them,
Wow.
19 of them.
So how about if somebody come to you now and said, you know what, Leonie, I want to get some goat. What is the first advice you would give to them?
You have to have enough patience. And when somebody can't take care of goat, you have to have more than one somebody. They're hard to deal with, easy to deal with, they're hard to deal with. But when you sell them, you make a good money off of them though. Yeah, man, because you can sell all one goat for $35,000 ram on them. But it's good expensive, so the ram. Yeah, man. No, to sell big ram already for $35,000. Yeah, man.
Okay, so the main thing, if somebody want to venture on this is patience, but know that there's some rewards in the end, such as, if you raise them, you can actually make a good living.
Yeah, man, yeah, man. Yeah, man, because right now, a couple months back I was watching YouTube, and this school boy, he's about 15 years old, so he started raising goat from about 9, 10. And right now, he have a lot of goat, and the goat send him to school and whatever. He and his family, so. It's good and you can raise animals, man. You can make a little money off it now and again. And so things not bright nowadays. So, whatever you can make off of them, you have to just take care of them, man. You just take care of them like a baby. And they are very sensitive. Some of them very, very sensitive, man.
And how was it for you when you lost, that goat kid?
Oh, the 5 were thief.
Actually, yeah, you said they thief some, and also 1 or 2 died?
Yeah, man, 1 or 2 died since this crop that born now about the big mother, she lost 2, and the other white goat, she lost 1. So we are trying to see if we can build up back the breed right now. We wouldn't mind if the other 2 when they have no kid yet. If when they have kid, we wouldn't mind if a ram. Because have too much woman. So maybe next year when them have kids, they have whole heap of kids next year.
Okay. So speaking of ram, so you have a ram goat right now.
Yeah, four. A four. I'm having a four ram.
Yeah, four ram. But we have that one ram goat, you know which one I talk about.
Yes, man. Right in.
But it kind of in a heat.
Always in a heat.
So you tell me, say, when the ram goat breed up, you shouldn't breed them in a family. You have to get outside ram to come in, right?
Yeah, man. Run on the breed.
So now this little may I call them teenage ram in a heat, and sometimes I squeal out like like he needs some help. So what you do in this situation there when you see the ram have come up and in a heat and want to jump all the goat them?
That I have to get one up and put on him because we don't want him breed it. I want them. Kind of good already because of him. I didn't mother son breeder, so him not good. Him no good.
And when you say him no good, how can you tell him no good? Can you look kind of good to me?
He not go no further than this. So.
Oh, so in growth stunt. All right, take a see clip of him.
I will another put on him up on him. I don't want him breeded or good them at all.
Okay, so in a teenager, I'm a full grown adult.
How when you born? I'm from March, April. Let me go over yard, me tell you.
All right, all right. Let me put it in the description below or just below. Yes, so it's a really nice pleasure to be able to, watch your growth, and especially little kid.
Yes,
just tell me how this kid just have such character.
Boy, like in Grudge did, I want them, want go everywhere with them. I just said, boy, me always my penny no. Me can't bother with this penny. I want go face the other one them. But she enjoy herself with the other one them. And the other one they really, really love her. They don't buck her. They don't see her buck her more also. She will live, man. She will live.
And sometimes she even come on the veranda, don't?
Even come on the veranda, come look for you. We're not going to miss you, though.
Yeah, because I notice every time I pass and I call to her, call to him, he look up and take me and sometimes he come.
Yes, man, he remind me a warrior, they know warrior. Remind me a warrior.
And he eyes them. He eyes them.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Yes.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Yes. And tell me about him. Him father come from somewhere else, don't?
Yes, man. Yes, man. A crossbreed.
And you tell me, say he look like his father?
He look just like his father. The one that they have kid last year, and I bush up here, and the kid dead. I never know. And next time, the next man, I see goat. I said, where this a kid that come from? I feel he didn't have kid up there last year, and he dead.
Oh, so how you know when they're pregnant? For you even know, say they should have kid.
They get round and then breast drop down.
Okay, so that can happen too, huh? So when you have kid out in the bush, they not bring the kid them back, or you have to go for them?
No, sometimes you have to watch them. So I say, yeah, somebody always have to do that, because sometimes we are dead. Because sometimes the rope we have tie around the kid them when they're born. That's why somebody have to always there when they're born.
And how long it take for your goat from them breed to they have pitney? How long?
Well, the brown one, this brown one we have the black kid. She born last year September. So next month we will make 1 year since she will be one next month. When I had a little black kid, and next month she will be one.
Okay. Okay. And once they get pregnant,
the one they born before. The one there and the other one I see a mother. The one at the black kid and she see a mother.
Okay. Okay. But the one that look bigger, no?
The one the first one, man. The one they born before.
Okay.
But the fear mother, she had two brown kids, you know. That me I say, oh she hot. She shouldn't breathe so fast. And sometimes when they breathe so fast, now they were dead.
Oh, really? So when they breed, how long it take before they have kid?
About 5 months. 5 months until they have kid.
Okay. Yes. So even though Lioni, expert on the goat raising, she also talented in many other things. She take care of the goat, and she also, run the Airbnb, and she also have 2 cute little cats, and and a few dogs.
Dogs.
And you know, and
Dogs.
she pretty much run the whole household.
Brownie, Blackmouth, Scooby, and Fighter. They are the 4 dogs we have now.
And how about the cats? Them and the name?
The cat name Come and Blackie. Whenever I wake in the morning, Come always come at my foot and tell me good morning. So I always say, good morning, Come. She always come and brush my foot.
Yes.
Or whenever I go in the bathroom in the morning time, she always come in there and push the door and come in.
Yes, that's so nice. Yes, so it's been the end of the 4 weeks now, and it's been a really treat to be able to get to know Lioni and watch her do her thing. And now it's coming to an end. I just want to express my appreciation to Lioni for, you know, being how you are. So friendly and warm. You're like family.
True, man. True.
Yes. So thanks, Lioni, for agreeing to interview. I share a little bit.
Yes, my darling.
So there you have it, the conversation with Lioni regarding our goats. And I hope you learned a thing or two. And of course, there's many more things you can learn, but at least you have a little flavor of what it takes to take care of goats. So according to Lioni, it takes patience to be able to take care of goats. And I think also it takes a lot of commitment. So you can't just get goat and one day and decide, so you know what, you can't bother. If you like goats like me and considering taking care of goats, getting goats, hopefully this information is helpful.